Alright, this is the Big Agnes Seed House SL1. SL stands for super light, 1 is a one-man tent. To go ultralight camping or camping as small and as light as possible, this is my tent, my favorite tent that I have in my arsenal here. It's kind of a different tent as it has what's called a hub. Now a hub here is where I have 3 different poles that are permanently attached to one fixture, and that's called a hub. So I've got my 3 poles here. This is a one-man tent, so I should be able to set this up with just one man. I've staked this in, and what unique feature that this tent has is it has a separate ground cloth that you can buy. It's called a footprint. Many tents have the footprints when you get into your higher performance tents. However, Backpacker magazine has put out a really good article on how you can make your own footprint that you can just build for any type of tent that you have. But this one happens to have a very lightweight footprint. It's waterproof. What it does is protects your tent and hence yourself. If you've got rocky ground or little sticks or things, it'll puncture this or try and puncture this before it gets through here. So let me go ahead and start putting this up. As you notice in some of the other tents, there's mesh windows. The more mesh, the more airflow, and the cooler you can stay in hot climates. This is a Mesh King, and as I put it up, you'll find out why. And there you go. Tent body's up. Now on a nice weather, evenings where you're not gonna, it's not gonna rain, this is as far as you want to put it up. You can jump in here. It's got enough for me to put my what I call my heavy day packing or my overnighter backpack. Put that off on the side, and I've got enough room for myself, my sleeping bag, to comfortably do a little bit of rolling around in this tent and not have to worry about pushing the walls of the tent up against the rain fly. Speaking of the rain fly, I'll go ahead and put that on and I'll be right back. And there you have it. We've got our rain fly on. We've got a little bit of a vestibule here for us. If you put the wind to your back, you have a little bit of shelter here. You can do your cooking out here without having to get too far out of your back or your tent. And it's a real nice tent. Again, it's light. It's only a little bit over 3 pounds, and that's including the stakes, all the bags, and the auxiliary foot or the accessory footprint. Great tent, light, packs down really small. Not much more you could ask. Okay, this is the Ment Aura 2. It's a 2-man tent. As you can see, there's a lot of mesh in this, almost as much mesh as there was in the Big Agnes, if not more. We'll see in a little while. This is the first time I'm putting up this tent, so we'll probably do this in 2 different parts. We'll do the tent itself, and then I'll try and figure out how the fly goes on, and we'll do that. It's fairly simple. The tent is put together almost the same. I've put on the accessory ground cloth, the footprint. That's down on a pegged that down first. Then I pegged in the tent itself using the same pegs, same peg areas. It has some kind of neat features there that's called a stake tape, but that would bear a little bit more explanation than I want to go to at this point. So the poles are kind of bent on the edges to help keep the walls nice and vertical, something like the Nimbus that you saw. This has 2 hubs, unlike the Big Agnes, which had 1 hub. These have 2 hubs. So let me give it a try, and if nothing else, you'll have a good laugh watching me put this up. Okay, that's probably gonna take several more times to get really good at doing that. But there it is. There's a marmot tent. Again, near vertical walls, so that once you finally do sit in there, you don't have to worry about the tent kind of pressing in on you from any single vertical pole. It's got 3 poles, so it's relatively sturdy, just like your other 3-pole high-performance tents there. There's a lot of room in here, and a lot of mesh, so we're not too worried about ventilation. I hardly wait to try this on a full camp. Looks like it's gonna be nice for one person, me, and I can have my full-size backpack in here and still have room to roll around in and do all kinds of good stuff. Okay, we're gonna close down the camera for just a little while, and I'll read the directions on how to put the fly on. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. The fly is up. Sorry you guys didn't get to watch me, but it did go up relatively easy. There's buckles on 4 corners that buckle the fly to the lower part, either the tent or the tent and the footprint. When you're ready, everything's pegged in. You just pull up on that strap and taut your fly down to your tent. Both vestibules are exactly the same, unlike the Nimbus, which has one that's just super capable of adjustment. They're both the same. The nice part is though that you do have 2 zippers on each side. So if you need to just peek out for some reason, or open it up for venting without, for some reason wanting to do it from the bottom, or if you want to make sure that you can slip out really quick and slip back in there without having too much rain fall in and follow you in there, then you can just use the top zipper, or you can use the bottom zipper like you would in almost any other tent. The nice thing about this is once you do have it all the way open to the top, in either configuration with either the top zipper zipped down or the bottom zipper zipped up, once you get in there, if there is any rainfall, no wind, the fly will catch it and you won't have anything dripping in there. If there is wind and if it's coming from that side, well, of course you're going to get on this side because it's going to be more sheltered, and vice versa. I have the other fly open. There's a lot of cross ventilation. You go ahead and roll and fold back the door, and again, it's a wonderful tent. You've got a lot of mesh. If you have no rain in the forecast and you want to watch the stars in the evening, don't even put up the tent. So that's my review, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some features that you might want to look for in your tent when you finally go shopping. Again, you can get some very good tents, such as the economical tent, and it's great for starting for scalps. As you become more of a professional camper, in that you are going to be camping more and more, and you're looking for something to keep you on in the long run and will be comfortable, there are several different configurations that you've seen here. So, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in just a little while. Yep. Well, that's it, folks. I hope you liked our first production. Again, it was our first, so hope you bear with us. It'll get better as we get more practice. Again, just as you've seen probably with some of our tents, it's a good idea that before you go camping with all your gear and you're out in the wilderness, give your tent a few ups and downs, a few practices before you get out there. That way you'll be well acquainted with it. Try and figure out how you'd best set up if it was raining while you set up or while it was dark. And I hope you enjoy yourself.